I have the other ones available in there.
Wait.
But
So, Luke, what are you drinking today? Coca-Cola.
Morning on the way to the gym and set my ukulele on top of the car and then drove off down the road.
Going to be the bow after that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Ojo! I learned my lessons from last time. What a welcome, thank you. I drink the most fruity drink imaginable.
It's laundry day.
it's laundry day.
So you always wear hats with laundry day.
I'm going to give you a favor, James.
As you say, ukulele.
So how did you two meet?
Well, there's these places in San Francisco. I think they're called bathhouses.
It's like one of those things where everyone wants to focus on like the big events that happen, but day to day, what we're doing is we're on like Boulevard Draw Street smoking weed, making comics. It's chill. It's so much fun, and like
Yes. Man, I'm not a YouTuber. I do this because I want to sell comic books. Woo! Yes, there we are, guys. Woo! An extra episode of A Drink With Brink. This is the show where I talk with other indie creators about their hopes and their dreams and their lives, but also their books and their campaigns, because I'm kind of done with the mainstream. Mainstream kind of sucks, it's boring, and indie is where the passion is, guys. So yes. Oh my God, an extra episode. I'm really nervous. I'm a bit nervous, guys. So sorry. I tried to make it through without stuttering. Anyway, the links to the campaigns that you just saw, the trailers of, are in the description of this video. They are still active. You can still get Perfect 10 issue 4. It's completely printed, guys. So if you back it, you get it. We also have the other cover by Pau Rodriguez, and we have the artist edition, which is now on Fund My Comic. The trailer is a bit old now. It needs to be updated because, guys, The book was first 84 pages. It is now upscaled to 130 pages. This is crazy, guys. 130 pages of POW artwork. It's not just black and white anymore. Now it has colored pages also. It's so cool. It's so cool, guys. So go check it out. You can still get original commission. So any character you want, POW will draw for you. It's a steal. It's a steal, guys. Go check it out and share it around. Phew. All right, guys. Let's see who's in the chat with us today. Kevin Green. Welcome, Kevin Green. Art to be auctioned, sold. This is not really an auction show, but you never know what happens, man. Anything can happen. Anything can happen during these live streams. Steven La Vega, welcome. Dave Brink and Bill Mouse, epic indie comics team up. Yeah. Thank you very much. I understand the Bill Mouse part, but I'm just this nobody, you know. But yeah, I'm such a fan of Bill. I can't believe this is real, guys. Kevin Green, I wonder if the technology gremlin is affect Bill again. No, I think everything worked out today. 130 pages, you maniac. Yes. Plus, the price is still the same. So it's still the same price, guys. And if you, at the checkout, you use the voucher code perfect10, you get 10% discount. It is crazy. It's crazy. Omni, welcome. Omni, hey Dave. Hey Omni, how are you today on this Friday? It is Friday weekend. We're starting the weekend with a fantastic guest, guys. A fantastic guest. Oh, it's a long running joke. I'm sorry, I'm not in on all the jokes. All right, calm down, Dave. Calm down. It's time for the guests. The guests. I have two guests because Bill brought on his daughter, who is also working on the book, and so we love to talk to everyone. So may I have a very warm welcome for Bill Mouse and Cat Mouse. Woo! There they are.
How's it going, Dave?
I'm good, Bill. How are you guys?
We're doing great. We're doing fantastic, actually. It's a nice day out here, and we're working on comic books. What more can you ask for?
Life, man.
My
drawing all day.
My dog's on the floor asleep, so he's actually behaving, so we don't have to bounce him around the tables.
Wow.
No, but thanks, Dave. Yeah, it's a pleasure. This is a very unique time for comics, right? I mean, we're building a brand new bit of legacy together. I mean, I'm glad that I'm so glad that you're a fan of the stuff from before, but the fact that we're all building this together now, it's amazing. I mean, this is a great time.
Yes, look at this, Bill.
That's what I'm talking. There you go.
There's a lot of your look at this. A lot of your old material also, you know, and I'm like, holy shit, he's doing this for over 30 years or something.
Nira X. Yeah. Her first appearance was in Zen Intergalactic Ninja number 0 back in 1993, and then we started doing San Diego Comic Cons. My first gig in comics was for Eclipse Comics. We did a parody for Eclipse called X Farce, and the writer on that book was Don Chin, who I know Don. Published parodies with him for like a decade, and we still work together now. So yeah, over 30 years. Crazy, right?
That is crazy. Yeah, that you still work together also. So does Don do your publishing, or is that someone else?
Well, I partner with him when I can. Right now, I consider Don family. I mean, I've known him for so long, and I mean, it's like we co-founded Parody Press together when we first started in the early 90s, and then we also co-founded Entity Comics when we started, and Zen Intergalactic 0 was our first issue under that new imprint. So yeah, a lot of history, a lot of fun times, you know.
Oh dear. Okay, Okay, guys. Before we continue and with the questions and the stories, I need to ask all my guests. I need to do this, or the chat will riot. Is what are you drinking? So, Bill, what are you drinking today?
Well, you know what? I'm all out. I'm all out. I got an empty bottle of Reservoir that I've been filling with used color pencils. So that's what's keeping me company today, right now.
Yes. All right. That's perfectly fine. Kat, what are you drinking?
I have some very hard water.
Water. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I've just been drinking water lately for the in-betweens. My doctor told me that I'm too much of a junk food guy, so my sugar is too high or something like that.
Right.
So I got to cut back just a little bit, get it under control, and then I can have a couple of fun drinks.
Right. Then you have like the artist life. So this means you sit around all day.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, she's also going to force me to exercise and jump on my bike and actually get around a little bit more because sitting down and drawing all day it's fantastic for my mind, not so fantastic for my gut.
Not for the body.
Yeah. Drinking. It's morning here, Dave. Yeah, I know, but it's always drinking time somewhere.
It is.
And water. That's fine. That's fine.
That's fine. We're keeping it low key. It's a chill afternoon here.
That is your tip jar.
Exactly. That's my tip jar. So if anybody would like to donate money to get me another bottle of Reservoir, you can just let me know.
So Kat, you got inspired by your dad to also get into comic books, or what's your story there?
Well, as my dad says, the gangster life chose me. Because he didn't want me to be in comics because, it goes up and down. It's not really the most secure thing to do for your life.
Yes.
But at first, it's like I started helping out when I was around 14. So I was apprenticing, doing some stuff back and forth, keeping the pens filled, erasing, pencils, filling in blacks. I was doing little stuff like that just to help out.
Sure.
But then it turned into where it's like, I wanted to do more. So I started taking on some of where it's like, he needed help coloring. So I'd start to help coloring. And then it turned into, I took the whole job and now they're asking for me by name. And it's like, oh, cool.
She took my clients.
Yeah. Oh, that's excellent.
Mm-hmm. I've had a handful of jobs like here and there. They're like normal, like either retail jobs or just out and about jobs. But I can always make more money and have more fun with comics. Always.
Right. I felt a little bit awkward when I introduced you, the daughter of Bill Mouse. Wow, you're this artist on your own, right?
Oh, yeah.
Very much so, yeah.
But we're definitely, especially when it comes to Dad, it's like I'm usually just like right behind you and just like, I'm definitely helping out.
Right.
But she's definitely the sport model. She'll leave me in the dust at some point. So
we do two completely different things.
We do, yeah. She's like when she does her own artwork, she has a completely different range of style that's completely her own, and she oil paints and she does mural work, and she's really become her own person. Which at age 26, I expect her to be her own person. But it's amazing watching her grow. And I needed to be sure that she did it because she loved it and because she wanted to do it, not because I was doing it.
No,
so
of course.
So that was part of the reason that I was always pushing her away from it after a certain point. But it just kept on pulling her back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never wanted me to feel obligated to do it.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Because that's the one thing about being an artist. When you turn your art into a job, that changes the dynamic. You can actually kill your passion for your art by turning it into a job. So you have to be a certain kind of person to enjoy the fact that you're doing it as a job with deadlines and monetizing your time, as well as creating and actually, that's where your soul is at.
Sure.
And it takes a certain kind of person to do that, for better or for worse, so.
So
it's like for me personally, I keep like a little flow because I get stuffy if I'm in the house for too long. So it's like in the springtime, and then in the wintertime, it's like I'll have like a seasonal like part-time job out of the house for like a month or two, where it's just like, let me just interact with people for a little bit.
Yeah, it can get lonely, right?
Right. So it's like I'll work in an art store for like 2 months when there's like a rush.
She can't be a hermit like the old man. I mean, it's
right.
She's in her 20s. She's got to go out there where the people are and actually
It's not like you always work together, right? You have this studio right here.
Oh, yeah,
this is
yeah.
for now, or is this?
We share a studio currently.
Oh, share? Really?
Yeah.
Right.
Is that
it's
for?
It's way easier to just hand a file over.
But she does have her own. She has her own projects and her own deadlines, and
we're not always working.
Yeah, some of our work overlaps. You know, where like for instance with this book, she's doing a lot of the color work for this book. So we're working together on this. But there's like 100 different projects. She works also for a company in LA who does like film and television pitch scripts. They turn those into graphic novels.
It's a lot easier to give somebody your idea if they have something to see. So
yeah. So she does.
So you provide concepts for them, ideas, or
I'm usually coloring the graphic novels right now. That's my favorite way to collaborate with other artists, and that's the thing that I can do the fastest. So if I was drawing, it would take me a lot more time. So I'm picky about those jobs that I take on, but most of the time it's coloring because I can get that done very quickly, and usually nobody else wants to do it. So I'm just like, cool.
Her coloring is sweet. I mean, these are like 150-page graphic novels. Some of them get published and then put in a store somewhere, but a lot of them,
some of them don't. Most of them don't.
Yeah, a lot of them are just simply for pitch meetings. So that way, when you go and present your script, you're not acting it out. You can actually show them a finished product.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's quite busy, very busy.
Right. Yes. So coloring. Did you start to color digital, Kat, or did you start in different ways?
It was a bit back and forth because if I truly go to the seed of where it started, it's that friggin' this one would draw me. He would just draw me line art, and then I'd take it to school because I'd be in like elementary school, and I'm just like, I get bored. He's like, well, here's a coloring book that I made for you. So technically, he's been working the sweatshop since I was in like kindergarten.
I've been sweatshopping this kid since day one. I was drawing her dolphins and unicorns and clouds.
Yes.
Since she was a little kid.
But I remember the first thing that I started coloring was I'd help you with sketch card sets of putting in certain things because it's like, oh, you have this sketch card set and it's like the deadline is coming up and you have like 40 sketch cards. So I'm like, let me help you color some. So I did a lot of it traditionally first. And then you introduced me to helping you with some things on Photoshop. And I was just like, okay, I don't like Photoshop personally, but I found a program that works for me. So I use Clip Studio, and that's way better for me, the way that my brain works. So I did that. And so I go back and forth all the time. Most of the collab that I do or things that I do for companies is going to be all digital because it's just easier, or they're making it in a lot of different sizes. So they usually don't have any use for the actual traditional.
Right.
But I learned everything that used to be traditional, like hand lettering, doing all of that stuff by hand and scanning it in. The only thing I didn't do was everything that Dad used to do with coloring, where it's like you have to like, oh, here's all the colors, but then here's all of the Pantone numbers. Like that's the only that's
luckily she never had to deal with that part of production. My goodness, I'm glad everything went the way that it did.
But your art, Kat, is that digital also, or do you draw
traditional?
Back and
forth. It goes back and forth.
Right.
I love having traditional artwork all the time, but sometimes something needs to be done way faster for either a project or it's just a lot of mock-ups I do are digital because I can change the colors and change everything around a lot faster. And then when I make a final decision, then I'll usually transfer it over to something traditional.
Right. Okay. Oh, that's awesome.
You know what's kind of cool is that if anybody collected some of our cards from the different sketch card sets that we've done for different companies from back then,
over the past 10 years.
Yeah, if you look in the corner of the sketch card, if there's a little paw print hidden in the corner,
Yeah, by your signature.
That's one of the ones that she colored that I ghosted her into the set.
Yeah, when I was ghosting. So if you see little paw prints in like little corners next to his signature, that's something that I ghosted on when I was like really young.
That was something she was cutting her teeth on.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So many questions, guys. It's
Bring them.
Okay,
Yeah.
Bill, you've been doing this for so long, right? So were there
since I was a fetus?
Yeah.
Just like this one.
It's like there aren't many people who start to make comics later in life. It's
sure.
Either you love it and you do it when you're a teenager or a kid.
Yeah.
So, but did you ever get discouraged, or that you were like, why should not be better to do something else with my life? Because I know it can be difficult. We're so happy that you're stuck with it. But
I was constantly discouraged.
Okay,
because I was always drawing in school when I wasn't supposed to be. So I wasn't really. I'm not a model student. I got by. But I was usually drawing and goofing off.
I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and of course, my dad is a Navy man. He's a naval officer. So get a real job. Join the military.
Yeah.
And the Navy family.
Which in hindsight, I would have retired 20 years ago, and I'd be drawing right now with a pension.
But I wouldn't exist. So
but yeah, exactly. I wouldn't have changed anything, because all of the experiences and all the people that I've met and the shenanigans and adventures that we've had, because I've existed and I've lived in the small press basically the entire time. Sometimes I'll poke my head above the radar and do something that's a little bit more, like a larger company thing. Like something easy, like with sketch cards, doing Marvel, DC sketch cards or Star Wars cards. So you just kind of give me a taste. And then I go right back to the small press, because I always feel like I'm a bigger fish in a smaller pond in the small press. Plus, I always end up wanting to do what I want to do, as opposed to turning it into a grind where I'm really forced.
The restraints of a big company. Yeah.
I've worked with a lot of people that have gone on to larger companies, and they always have that complaint of, I wish I had more time so I could do the things I want to do. And that's the complaint that I would hear the most. And even when I worked in animation for a short time in San Diego. Yeah, we did. I was working for a company that we were working on Attack of the Killer Tomatoes for Saturday morning TV.
Oh, really?
And I was Mamato was my guy. I was animating Mamato. And a lot of the guys that worked with me, they worked on all the big projects. There were guys that I met there. They worked on Batman the Animated Series. They worked on Simpsons. They worked on everything under the sun.
Wow!
But the grind, and they love what they're doing. Don't get me wrong, but it's like the grind of like, as soon as a season of a certain show is done at one studio, they would have to pick up and move to a different state, because that's where the other studio was, that they were going to work on another season of another project for another network, or or however. It's quite the grind, and it was a fun experience. But at the same time, at the end of the day, it's like, I just want to sit and I want to imagine I want to make my own universe all the time, for better or worse. I want to make my own stuff all the time. But it was fun to do that for a while, so I could have that experience and meet those people. It was really great.
Sure. I saw in the chat joined us Shadowhawk Talks. Welcome, Shadow. Jamin, Dave, Bill, and Cat. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm here with Bill Mouse and Cat Mouse, guys. This is crazy. So Bill, how did you come up with Nira X? What was the process behind that?
Well, here's how that kind of evolved. Don Chin and I had been publishing Parody Press for quite some time. I mean, it's nearly a decade of Parody Press books that we've worked on together. But we did want to have a line of books that were just, straightforward adventure, sci-fi, superhero books. But we didn't want them to be confused with the parody material. There needed to be a separation between the two brands. So we came up with Entity Comics. And I don't actually remember how Don met Steve Stern and Dan Cody. They're the co-creators of Zen Intergalactic Ninja. But Zen was just finishing up its run at Archie. They had a video game under their belt. They had a bunch of other things, some toys, and they started talking. And that's how I met Steve, was through Don. Don somehow started a conversation with them because they were looking for the next publisher that might publish Zen. So when we started looking at doing that, I noticed that the Archie series was really based. It was really pointed at kids, at younger kids. Mm-hmm. And I really wanted to point the book at like an Image Comics level crowd, like
teenagers,
like teen and up, because I just thought that was cool. That's the age group that I wanted to shoot for, because those are the comics I like to read myself. Yeah. So after talking with them back and forth, they allowed me to redesign the character for a more modern audience. Gave him different proportions. He's much more of a slightly bulkier kind of Spider-Man proportions, as opposed to the big head with the little body.
And he looks like a martial artist now.
Yeah. So it's and that's how that started. And they allowed me to do something which was unprecedented at that time, because it's their property. They allowed me to actually write the book. Mm-hmm. So
cool.
On top of that, I was like, well, let's test the water.
Was this your first writing gig also?
It was my first writing gig. No, it wasn't my first writing gig altogether, because we had been writing parodies and things like that for years.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure, I've been doing a lot of those already. But this is the first more serious adventure superhero book that I would be writing and putting out there. So I was very excited about it.
Instead of gag after gag after gag.
Yeah, instead of gag after gag. Mm-hmm. So they allowed me also to, because I was just like, Zen has a core group of characters. I would really like to spice this up and add a lot more characters to the story, have, different, things pop up in the book. So they allowed me to do that and still retain ownership of all those creator-owned characters that I was introducing into the book. So we had a scene at the end of Zen number 0 where I needed to have a character that was going to come in and basically help Zen out of this situation that he was in. He was in a very dangerous situation, and I needed a mercenary character, like a bounty hunting mercenary type character. So that's Nira's first appearance, was on the last page of Zen number 0, and I created her especially for that series, for that scene. Wow. And she grew from there. And it's like, I got a lot of great response for that character.
Did you know that she would be your main character?
I had no idea. No. Yeah. I mean, it's like I love creating characters, and I've created a lot of characters, and it's one of those things where it's like I started pouring a little bit more of my heart and soul into her, and building her up, and it's just like because of where the story was going, she needed to also. I came up with a lot of other side characters that also were introduced into the book, but they were more like villain of the week kind of characters, or like obstacles, or some allies here and there. I didn't know that Nira was going to resonate, or it was going to be something that people would stick to. But I was super happy about it, and I poured a lot more energy into her the more people responded to her.
Oh, great. Dean, hey, welcome, Comics Mate. All the way from the land down under. Welcome, Dean.
Good morning, my friend.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you.
It's amazing. The world got way, way smaller and much more accessible since we started doing this, right?
It's crazy. We can talk directly together.
Exactly. These are the things that I'm happy that technology actually caught up with the kind of things we're sort of dreaming about doing and having access to, so.
Yes. Steven says Nira X came from Zen, like how Lady Death came from Evil Ernie and turned out to be the big hit. Yeah, sometimes you don't know what will catch on, right?
You really don't. And I remember the 90s were magic, dude. It's like it was so cool because all the different shows that we were doing, Don as the publisher, he took us to all the different shows, to do our thing, and we were sharing the aisle with Brian Pulido and Billy Tucci, and there was just all the other bad girls in comics were all kind of coming up around the same time.
Yes,
and it was fantastic because I think of myself as a kid who draws in school when I'm not supposed to. That's the guy that I am at my core, I think. So to be even
Constantly
included,
15.
just to be included with the group, it's like it's fantastic. I think it's great.
Right. Let's bring up your campaign, guys, so we can showcase that. Let's see what you've been working on. Nira X Dark Seas. It's 2 of 3, and it's on Kickstarter, guys. The link to this is in the chat. It's also in the description of this video. If you back, let us know so we can have a little celebration. You now have 175 backers. That's excellent, man. That's fantastic.
Yeah, thanks so much, everybody. I'm really hoping that by the end of the campaign, we can hit that next stretch goal. I really want to force Tom to give me keychains. I want everybody to have keychains.
Gordon, good brother. Welcome, sir. Thanks for nothing, YouTube. It's not my fault this time. Welcome, Gordon. And Chris Faction is also here. Yo, Chris.
What's up?
Hello. We're talking to Bill and Cat Mouse today about Dark Seas, issue 2 of 3. Let's watch the trailer, shall we?
Awesome.
Nice. All right. On Kickstarter now. BillMouse.com. Great. All right, Bill.
Awesome.
First off, thank you for the perky ladies, man. We appreciate it.
I try to bring I try to bring some happiness to the world. There's no drama and
exactly.
It's just good escapist adventure,
Steven says, "Holy shit, this music speaks to me."
Oh, thanks, dude. I appreciate that. I had to start writing my own music to all my things because I keep on getting hit with copyright infringement, even if I'm using the license-free stuff.
Yeah.
So here I am with a keyboard writing my own stuff. So thanks for the compliment. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that you're multi-talented. All right.
I wear a lot of hats. You only see one hat, but I got a lot of hats.
Excellent. So wait, what's going on? Yeah, so this is I think I missed the first Dark Seas. Is this a floppy format or is it bigger? What?
Right, it's a regular sized comic.
Okay.
It's issue 2 of 3. It all takes place on the Cyber Angel world of Oasis. That's where all the other Cyber Angels have all been gathered and consolidated into. And it's just it's good escapist. The theme that's kind of running through this miniseries is kind of a pirate zombie kind of theme. That's the big bad that they're fighting for this issue. So it's all about her fighting other Cyber Angels and also getting past this big evil triangle zombie pirate situation that she's in the middle of. So it's pure 90s style comic book action.
Nice.
And I try to make comic books that are from a different era, but I only come up with 90s.
Always 90s.
It always comes out 90s. There's the main cover.
Keep the 90s alive, man. That's
That's it.
90s.
My daughter, actually, Kat and I were calling it the new 90s. This is it. This is the new 90s.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so Committed Comics, that's your own label?
No, Committed Comics is actually our publisher. We partnered with them. The publisher's name is Tom Doherty. They're based out of Washington State, and he's actually the one that's running this whole campaign. He's been amazing, like total one-man show over there.
Oh,
putting
wow.
this entire thing together. So he's allowed me to have the time that I need to actually just sit back and create instead of doing all the other nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
So that was huge.
All of the actual publisher stuff.
Exactly.
It's a
The
whole nother
printing,
job.
fulfillment, all that good stuff. So yeah, he's working super hard. He's over there. He might lose all his hair like me by the end of it. We'll see what happens.
That's great, man. That's great when you have like people. You can team up with other people with other talents. You can build this together.
Exactly. Now this is
The
our
first variant cover.
Our variant cover by Thad Rhodes. I do have to point out, only because AI art has been out for about 8 weeks and it's already causing a lot of disturbances and things. Thad is a digital artist. He paints and he does lots of other different types of art, but he's been doing digital work like this for the past 20-25 years.
All right.
So this is literally like 2 weeks of blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah. So there's no AI art involved at all with any.
Yeah, there's no
or
AI
anything
art.
in the book.
Exactly. In fact, when you see the book in print and you actually see it up close, you'll be able to actually see his pencil drawing underneath all of that coloring and computer, all the digital coloring and rendering.
Really cool. This is really realistic, man. I first thought that this was cosplay and then touched up a little bit.
Right. Yeah, he has a super photorealistic style, and it's
really
cool. That's always been the case. That's always been his thing. In fact, if you look up his Instagram, I believe it's under Thad Rhodes 3. I've got a link. I think there's a link on the thing. But you look up his Instagram, Thad Rhodes, or under TR3. You'll see a lot of his other artwork. He does lots of artwork for an urban clothing apparel company. They do lots of very realistic portrait type of work.
Sure. Wow. Yeah, you mentioned it here. It's really sad that we have to mention things now like
It's like I don't want to feel like I'm leading people astray. It's like just be as transparent as possible and just let them know what's going on. Yep.
Yeah, the thing also is I would honestly be disappointed when artists that I like, that I appreciate, start working with artificial visuals. It's
AI is. I want AI to help us live our lives better. Now, cure cancer, find some fuel alternatives.
Sure.
Do my taxes.
Architecture.
Let me draw.
Yeah. Do our taxes.
The boring stuff, right?
Well, you know what? Art, in general, ever since I was a little kid, I'll tell you, this is why I even started drawing when I was a little kid. That's how I made friends in school.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
That's how I made friends in life. And honestly, that's how I'm making friends right now. It's like you and I are friends right now because I'm drawing. It's all about interacting with each other. As opposed to just getting some, final product spit out of a slot, So
right.
Dean
says, I appreciate that. Art can only be created by people.
Right. Computers can do amazing things. Obviously, they'll spit out, product, and it's cool looking stuff. But they rolled it out unethically. They could have rolled it out a lot more ethically than they did, and they just simply chose not to. So it's going to be a long time before.
So now it's in a pickle.
Yeah, it's in a pickle right now. I don't know how it's going to get out, but we'll keep things without AI in our art.
Exactly.
I'll let it buy me movie tickets, but I won't let it create art.
No, it's not. It's not designed to make art. It's designed to not make art. Right.
Exactly.
So what do you get when you buy this one? Do you make
you just get something? Yeah, it's just a blank sketch cover. A lot of our fans, they like to take these books to shows and actually have their own favorite artist at the show draw something live on these blank sketch covers.
Right.
What's good about this tier is that we actually forgot to include a sketch cover with the first issue. So Tom is actually making it available along with issue 2. So you can get a sketch cover for issue 1 and issue 2 in this tier.
Oh, all right, cool. Welcome, Darkside is Comics. Welcome, sir. Guys, sign up to Darkside is Comics YouTube channel for daily comic book reviews.
Awesome.
All right, so you have more of these. You have a lot of.
Then we have
the nude version.
Then we have a nude version of the.
Okay.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, Nira is very self-aware. She doesn't break the fourth wall necessarily in dialogue, but she's very self-aware that she's inside of a comic book, I think. On some
or
level,
at least that she's just like, I feel scripted.
Yeah. And the Nira X series has always been it's always been a sexy book. It's always been a book.
Sure.
A very cheeky
it's fantasy. I like our fantasy characters to be doing fantasy things. So
And then we have my variant cover.
Yes, this is beautiful.
I love Nira as a mermaid. This piece came out so cute. It's so.
You told me she was with pirates, so she has to be a mermaid.
So is this part of the story also? Or
yes, it's actually part of the story. The cyber skin, the costumes that the cyber angels wear, they could take on different forms.
Yep.
Kind of like if you want to compare it to something familiar, you can compare it to Venom. You can compare it to Wetworks. Well, remember Willis Protasio's Wetworks series, where like the suit kind of like molds around you. It's this very futuristic material that's that actually manifests and gives them their powers. So it's so she can have a tail if she so wishes.
Sure. Kevin says that's a blacklight cover. You got to buy one to see the secret image hidden on it.
Oh my goodness.
We'll see.
Him and his jokes.
And Omni got the blank sketch cover so he can draw on it. That's awesome.
That's fantastic. Awesome. Yeah, if anything that if you get a blank sketch cover and draw on it, Omni, please post it. I would love to see it.
Yes.
Love to see it.
Tag us so we can see it.
Exactly.
Yes. All right. So Kat, what was your inspiration for this cover?
Nira being pretty big mermaid. That's as far as my monkey brain goes sometimes. But it's like I love drawing scales, and I love doing mermaids, dragons, anything that has scales or like a texture to it. So it's like nobody else was drawing her as a mermaid. So I was just like, yes, I always like doing like the big, huge tails on mermaids. Then obviously she has to have treasure. So it just all came together. And we've been loving like this teal color lately. So
yeah, teal's been my color lately.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that water effect is pretty nice. Will do, says Omni. Okay.
Awesome. Thanks, dude.
That's really pretty cover, man. Really cool.
Thank you.
I love it.
Done.
I love it.
Oh, you see it better. All right.
There you go.
See it better. Really nice. Cool. So what does the symbol below the eye mean?
That's actually a mysterious delta that appeared on her when she was born in one timeline. It's a very convoluted. It's such a 90s comic book that I carry these themes along with the thing. So all the other cyber angels also have that triangle. Kind of like
it's like dude. It's like it's a cyber angel mark. So it's just like it's really cool.
Exactly. And I'm so 90s, even with the way I named my characters. Her main nemesis caused a temporal paradox. So of course his name is Paradox. It's like, so I love doing stuff like that. It just makes it a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. Coolness. Cool. Yeah. You thought of a lot of lore behind this world, right? The cyber angels and the world she comes from. So can you still come up with
so much that I have to reel him back sometimes?
Really?
Yeah, it's like I'll read through script or I'll read through what he wants to do, and I'm like, bro, you only got 24 pages. You can't shove all this in there. It's just gonna end up being a novel at this point.
Yeah, I recognize this, man. When you have great ideas, you want to stuff it all. You want to show people everything, right?
Exactly.
But everything all the time.
But she pulls me back,
so and I'm just like, dude.
So I don't stuff everything. So there's so much, and there's been different lore depending on which company has been publishing her at the time. Kind of like a different. So it's nice to be able to consolidate everything into basically one world as the way that we're doing right now. This cover right here is from an artist named Tony Moy. That's somebody that that Tom actually found. He actually he knows Tony did a fantastic job. It's a watercolor piece.
All right.
And I love it. It's a very different take on.
Yeah, it's
on
a different
Nira,
take.
so,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It almost
I love
looks
this
like blood. You know, it's
right. But it's just the red of the costume. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the cyber skin moving, but it's like, you know, it's red, so
You could say it looks like Carnage.
yeah. Really cool. Look at this intricate like signature here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, watercolor is such a cool medium. I really like the way this came out.
Yeah. I love watercolors, says Dark Sides Comics.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe this is the cover for you.
That could be the one.
Maybe it's the cover for you. Right.
And I think you can mix and match things. I think just about everything is available in the add-on store. So if you do select a tier, you should be able to mix and match and add on other things.
yeah, add on more covers,
Like you
more
want,
merch,
yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
There's the all action cover.
I love this one.
Cool. Really cool.
Now the all action cover, I got asked by a few of our fans whether or not there's going to be a nude version of this one. So I created one, and it doesn't have its own tier, but it is in the add-on store. So there is a nude version of this cover, but you do have to go to the add-on store to add it on.
Okay. All right. Really nice work. So this is like marker color, right? Or
no, this is all digital. The original is hand drawn. In fact, let me reach over here. I'm not sure if Tom's going to stick with the 500 backer rule, but the idea is at a certain amount of backers, Tom is actually going to give away the original 11x17 artwork to one lucky backer, and it could be. And it doesn't have to be somebody who gets a physical tier. It could be somebody who just buys the digital tier. Also, he's going to put everybody's number is going to go into a randomizer. And he's going to pick somebody out of the old digital hat, and they'll receive this 11x17 original as a bonus thank you for backing the campaign.
Wow.
So yeah, I do all the artwork 11x17 fully done by hand. Scan it all in, and then I color everything. When I do color, I color everything in Procreate and Photoshop, and of course, when Kat colors, she colors in Clip Studio and Procreate,
yes,
respectively. So yeah, it's like a little mix of traditional and digital going on with every page.
That's beautiful. Excellent work, man. Really cool.
Yeah, I really enjoy the characters, obviously, and dude, it's just so nice that people have taken to it and that they want to collect it. And
I have some originals from you.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
I do. All right. Here you have the naughty version.
There's a nude version of the regular cover, and there's a nude version of Kat's cover also. Yep. All the nude versions they're all available in the add-on store also.
All right. Excellent. There's a lot to see here, guys.
A lot to see.
So the link, guys, is in the description of this video. It's also pinned in the chat. Here you have some. What's this? This is interior work.
Yep, some interior work. Pages 1, 2, and 3 are up there for people to kind of
all right.
take a little glance at.
Coolness. So Kat, did you do the coloring for this?
Not this one. This one Dad did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we mix back and forth.
Do you can you tell? Can you see the difference between the two coloring styles?
I personally can, and whenever I color his stuff, where it's like we're both actively coloring it, because sometimes he has an idea and he just starts working on it anyway. He doesn't tell me, so it's just like, oh well, I guess I don't have to do that page. But I'll just pop in and see what colors he's using, and then I'll emulate him. So
she emulates quite.
Yeah,
she's a much better colorist than
for me. I'm a good chameleon, so depending on what someone likes, it's like I will change up the style or how the rendering is done.
And it also helps too that she can color probably 4 pages in the time it takes me to do one. You know, I'm so slow with coloring.
Right. Yeah.
You are archaically slow.
I'm a fast penciler. I'm very proficient at penciling.
Yeah.
But when it comes to coloring, that's a different ball.
It's all new tech for us, right? Right. Steven says, I think Nira X and Perfect 10 could exist in the same universe. Team up someday. Oh, that would be crazy.
Yeah, you're giving me and Dave something to talk about.
Oh wow. I'd be totally up for that, by the way.
You know what? I'd be up for that too. We'll talk about it later for sure.
Oh wow.
See, you see what happened? Everybody got a scoop. Everybody's just got a scoop.
A scoop.
Brian suddenly all says, any chance of mini statues in the future?
Our publisher Tom is actually working on. Yeah, he is actively working on that. He's looking for a manufacturer, and he's also looking at partners in order to make that happen. Because there's a lot of money that goes into trying to organize that. Including having an artist actually do the 3D sculpt based on line art that we would provide, and the whole idea. I mean, 3D printing is making things a lot more accessible nowadays. It used to be like our first Nira X action figure that we did for Skybolt Toys. I think the mold for that alone was like a $25,000 thing that they actually had to make for just to have that
in
mold.
90s money.
In 90s money. So there's a lot of nuts and bolts to get lined up for something like that to happen. But it is what I'd like to see is like an anime manga quality statue at some point, and I want to see some action figures at some point, and hopefully some minifigs at some point. So it's those are things that are definitely in the hat. We're definitely talking about all those things.
Yeah. We also have like 3D models of some characters from us. So they look fantastic, but taking the next step, that's the hard part. So to actually produce them, right?
Exactly. Just being able to produce our books is almost a miracle feat in itself. So it's it's a lot. It's a lot.
Kevin Green, like one of those Japanese vinyl figures that can be dressed up. Then we can change out a costume as often as Nira changes up her look.
I like the way Kevin thinks. I like the way
inspiration.
Those are the kind of manga statues that I like to buy for myself. So it's like those are the kind of things I like to collect. So yeah, those are definitely on the radar.
By the way, you did produce some Nira X figurines, right? Or
the very first action figure I was that I ever got the chance to design was the Nira X action figure, and then that was for Skybolt. And then Rendition Toys, we actually designed and produced a Mercy action figure and an Allura Cyber Angel action figure. And there's another lineup of toys that I also helped them design for that line. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm looking forward to more. Definitely looking forward to more.
All right, excellent. Okay, another beautiful page.
I've got Mercy taking off there. Yep.
I love the first panel here with the hair like this.
Oh, awesome. Thanks.
Really cool. All right, that's some pretty art and important information. Waffle Mouse.
Waffle Alexander Mouse. That's his full legal name.
Yes. The studio dog.
Yeah, he's a good little pup. He's a good little pup.
Brian says, I got 2 of those figures from you at an auction. Nice to know you will be looking into new figures.
Thanks, Brian. Yeah, I appreciate that, dude. Yeah, it's definitely on my mind. That's definitely, it's always on a bucket list thing for me to be able to do more figures. That's always a lot of fun. And we also have a mouse pad. We actually produced a couple mouse pads for the first campaign, for the Nira X Reborn campaign. We had a Nira X mouse pad. I know they're fun. They're fun. And I twisted his arm to find a manufacturer to produce these for us. So for this campaign, we've got Mercy. Mercy kind of features nicely in this series. So I was just like, okay, cool. Like with the little wings and the sexy look, and I think it's.
So what I'm wondering when I'm seeing this, right? Do you have a like there is this template? It's one mouse you can draw over it.
Exactly.
Or does mouse?
They provide a template for me because the 2 little bumps, the 3D portion of the mouse stays the same no matter what. So I have to design the artwork around that. So whether it's her front or whether it's her back, or if she's holding 2 basketballs, it needs to cater to the template that they already have set.
Yeah. Oh man, that's cool.
So that was fun. That was fun to draw around that. To make
I bet. Okay, these are, what are these?
Those are
Standees?
acrylic standees. Yeah, I don't have them right in front of me. We produced 2 standees for the first campaign. It was Nira X and Mercy. And they stand about this tall. It's on a clear acrylic, and they stand up. And for this campaign, we've got Evil Nira and we've got Allura. And then for the 3rd issue, we're going to produce 2 more, so that way you actually have a full set.
Yeah.
And hopefully like a little diorama thing where you can actually have them sitting on a shelf around like a little bit of a background, so that way.
Right.
But luckily, the first 2 are still available on the campaign. So if you wanted to pick up the first 2 and the new ones that were just now produced, like you can do that. If you
Right.
like.
I love this little guy here at the bottom.
Yeah, one of the little zombie pirate dudes. Yeah.
We have a question. How big are the sketch cards and how many pages is the Ground Zero add-on book?
The Ground Zero book is a normal comic book sized book, but it is over 300 pages of material. So there's brand new story at the beginning of the book, and then it transitions into what Nira is going to go through a flashback, because this is literally her being reborn. But we're not erasing all of her old continuity. All that continuity has still happened to her. So what it is when she goes
this
into
book,
the
right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's a thick book. It's and what it has is it has the original 3 series that we did with Entity Comics.
That's the original.
So that way, so it's a flashback. She's experiencing all of those stories at the same time that you're reading them.
Yeah, she's regaining memories as she goes through.
Exactly, and then the book ends with some new bit of story that will lead into the Reborn miniseries.
Yes,
it's really cool to see the old mouse art versus the newer mouse art, right?
Right. To see that progression, to see that evolution. Yeah, for
really
sure.
Cool.
For sure.
Dave, Perfect 10 standee, next best thing to a figure. Yeah. We have a little standee. It's made of cardboard. It's right there. Anyway, pillowcases.
Yeah, we've got a pillowcase for those days where you just need to be comforted.
These ones specifically are the size of like a normal pillow.
Right. And we still have some of the full body pillows that we had from the first campaign.
Yeah,
which
those
actually,
ones are big.
Yeah, that's a very tall
that's
pillow.
a full body.
But this one is a normal size pillow, so it's easy to chuck under the sheets real quick. And
really cool.
Just have her there chilling out, sleeping. Got some enamel pins with the Nira X logo on there.
Yeah, you have a lot going on. Oh, what?
Mog Park, she's actually doing some sketch covers. I don't know. I didn't check today to see if there's still some available. These are just samples of what the sketch covers will look like when she draws them. It's just to show people the style that she's going to be drawing them in. She's going to draw Cyber Angel characters on those sketch covers, but they're limited. I think there's only 6 available.
All right, cool.
She does beautiful art.
I love it. It's beautiful work, yeah. Beautiful work. Wow, look at these details. Really cool.
Yeah, I love her stuff. She's fantastic.
Sketch cover examples by Bill.
Right.
Yeah.
There's
you
sketches.
can add on so you can receive a sketch on a sketch cover, and there's tons more of them. I think you can get commissions on this one too, right?
Yeah, there's different sketch tiers near the bottom of the campaign, and you'll get the original sketches, and you'll see the little rules and things that he's got there. Because one of the sketches is like a safe for work sketch, and then the other one is a not safe for work sketch.
All right.
These are just examples of so we have an idea what the style and the detail looks like.
This is cool. So for 150 you get a personal sketch. So you will draw a random character.
I like to draw a random character. If there's going to be a request or anything like that, it all has to go through Tom, the publisher. So if leaving a note or sending him a message, if you get one of the sketch tiers, just make sure that you're clear with him. I did have some people that they would contact me directly, because a lot of my fans will just contact me directly.
Yeah.
Totally cool. That's totally fine. I love that. But for the sake of the campaign, so that Tom and I don't get confused with each other, and get mixed messages back and forth. So it'll all go through Tom first, and then Tom will tell me what to draw. So as long as you message Tom with all of your any requests or any questions or anything like that, then everything should be good to go.
Awesome. Awesome.
And then more commissions.
I get color.
Yep.
Cool.
All in the, mixed media, acrylic, Copic marker.
Yep, this is the not safe for work ones.
Right. Some add-ons. So everything we just browsed through, you can get here as add-ons also.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. There's just a picture of the acrylic stand-up, and that's the long body pillow from the first campaign.
Right. Yeah.
And of course, we have
Challenge
some Nira X
coins.
challenge coins. Yep. Those are awesome. They're like huge, heavy metal coins. It's like really
Right.
I wanted to have some doubloons for the party.
Yeah. You have the theme going on, right? So there's a lot of stuff you can produce. Really nice, man. There's a lot to see. Guys, you can check all of this out. The link to all of this you can find in the description of the video. Books from the committed. Oh, you can get more books also. That's cool.
Yeah, you just made some more things available. Like just
Sure,
in case
yeah.
we move up that on some different things. Yep.
There's a lot to see, guys. All right, a little bit about the team. Digital print. All right. Cool. Right.
Yeah, I like that some of the stretch goals have already been unlocked. That's a stretch goal. I'm hoping the next one, the $10,000 stretch goal, is actual like a metal. It's a metal cutout of the original Nira X logo that we were using.
All right.
When we first
So people-
started with committed comics. Yeah.
So this you already get for free, guys. These are stretch goals.
Yeah, those stretch goals are already unlocked. Those are already included.
Get a print, sticker, digital print, another sticker, signed.
It's a signature sticker. So
Yes.
what happens is that all those signature stickers get applied to the books,
Yep.
and then we'll sign all of those.
Right. All right, guys. Let's help unlock some more stretch goals. Everyone benefits, right? So, so check out this campaign. Please share it out. Talk about it. Let's see. We started with 175 backers. All right, 175 backers. All right, guys. Share out this campaign. Talk about this campaign. It looks fantastic. All right. Stop the screen.
There we go.
And Kevin says, just cradle your head into your favorite crevice. Yes.
Yep.
That's Kevin. That's my man.
Right. All right. Oh, all right, guys. The hour flew by.
It flew by. Thanks so much for having us, David. This has been great because I remember when you messaged me. It's just like it'll be nice to actually quote unquote meet you. It's the first time that we're technically seeing each other face to face. So I think this is fantastic.
Yes. For those who don't know, if you love Bill's art, we have some of Bill's art in Genuine Comics. So we have some pinups in Perfect 10, and I think you made a pinup for American Bliss also.
That's it.
So a lot of cool stuff. So Bill, Kat, thank you both so much for being here with me, for doing this today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll have to do it again sometime soon because next month we'll be working on a brand new Zen Intergalactic Ninja book. I have to tell you about it.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. You're welcome anytime. Just reach out, let me know, and we'll do this again. Excellent. And special thanks to the chat for everyone who showed up today. And if you're rewatching, thank you so much, because without you, there's no point. So thank you. If you like this conversation, give it a like. If you didn't like the conversation, give it a dislike. And I'm very sorry. I will be back with the regular show next Sunday, the same time, same channel, new guest. Hope to see you guys then. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye.